exactly that one-sided. It's one-sided in the early part of the laning stage, but what TA has against Huskar later is she has massive physical burst damage. One thing Huskar doesn't like to face is hard burst. He wants to take advantage of the regen. However, now that he has a disarm, he can also, you know, both disarm the Sven and the TA before they get their BKBs with that inner fire. So the matchup is has become more interesting, I would say, than it used to be. But I would still say I'm expecting Somnus to absolutely win the lane, and then it's just about how hard he wins and what we have to do out of it.
I also want to keep my eyes very closely up in this top lane. Mind control. And yeah, she splits Liquid with the stun, but FY still gets the room, but the burn damage from the Iron Shell and the range damage from GH is enough to get the kill, which means they'll claim the opposite bounding rune. But this is the lane which only Team Liquid is making work. A Darkseer in the off-lane, it's a huge combination. Maybe not that great against Lifestealer, but Liquid, this isn't the first time they've even run this lane versus a Lifestealer. They've done this exact matchup before.
And they're running it with a Rubik. And the logic here is you just push the waves. You put Iron Shell on the creeps, you have the Fate Bolt to push an additional mount, and then after you push the wave, you can either go and stack jungle camps, or you can pull the next wave.
Oh, that's a nice stop bot on bottom lane. Catching an X-Nova as well as Charles. X-Nova's copying a lot of damage. It's the ET. We've seen how powerful he's been throughout this competition. X-Nova, how much life have you got? Kurt, he's running out that bonus damage. It's only got a 1 second left, and he can punch it X-Nova. Maybe they got enough damage. Charles trying to play it around the tree line. X-Nova does actually get the kill on Kuro for his death. Charles may have actually liked that the other way around if he can get solo experience, but you'll take what you can get.
Considering the circumstances there, I think you're pretty happy with the trade as Jakiro overall. That looked like the exchange was not going to favor them, but really good play in the trees by X-Nova gives them the trade-off. Mid lane? Wait, why is Rubik so... Oh yeah, he got first blood. I was like, why is he so rich? I was thinking, how many CS did he take away from the Darkseer? But yeah, now is when it gets tricky in mid. Somnus has...
Oh, bottom lane Miracle. He's in a little bit of trouble, going to land the Stormhammer. Once again, Kuro finding a large chunk of damage for that ET, hitting it into X-Nova. I think some Jakiro fans would be sad it's not FY on that hero, but still Kuro, my God, he just doesn't want to stop, but now he's run out of damage, and Kuro is just dragging Charles X-Nova away from the weapon.
He's a bit too far ahead of himself. He has 30 seconds cooldown on TP, and LGD know this. That's a pretty big death. What I was getting is that in this mid lane now, this is how Huskar wants to play. He wants to stabilize the lane, get it on top of his own hill, and just deny. He lost control a little bit though, so there will be some experience coming the way of Weehaw, but maybe it's on purpose.
But Wee's over in the jungle. He's not even near that mid lane, so he's going to miss out. And that's quite a big miss when you miss out on 2 range creeps.
Absolutely. I think Somnus identified that Weehaw is playing, well, obviously he's playing jungle. He isn't in the lane, but maybe took a chance on how far Weehaw would be away and pushing it up at that time. It's a really big loss for Wee.
Mind Control continues to contest this top lane. FY doing the best he can to pull. Looking for the denials against Mind Control. As GH made his move in towards mid lane. That is one person who can stand back in this lane.
Right. They can put the Rubik here, and he can take some CS with Fate Bolt every wave, and Darkseer can get what he can top, but without help up here, once FY hits level 3, there's actually kill potential. So all you can do as Darkseer at that point is cut waves. And you see FY picking up the big camp, nicely done. Mind Control will be forced to play in the lane into Ame. That's where Lion can come in with those 2 long duration lockdowns and maybe set up a potential kill later on. He's just going to be pulling. Mind Control might even retreat to the jungle at some point, because this feels kind of like a checkmate situation. Top, you can't pull, you can't stack, and you can't cut the wave.
Yeah, and so, if you just Iron Shell the wave, Ame will farm it underneath the tower.
Yeah.
So even that push doesn't help you.
Yeah, he used 2 shells on a wave that isn't even going to touch a creep. That feels really bad, and this is because FY has pulled this, and Mind Control was hoping that these 2 Iron Shells would get him 2 or 3 CS. When it gets pretty much absolutely nothing, he'll get a little bit of experience from this creep wave coming his way, but he's out of resources.
He needs that. He needs the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he's currently hovering both bottle and Soul Ring. I'm guessing he will go the Soul Ring route.
He can buy the bottle from the side. Miracle. That's a lot of damage from the dual breath, making him just think twice about moving closer towards Charles.
Kuro has a soft ring.
And he does. Kuro's also got a decent amount of damage. With the movement off, Jakira's moving towards the bottom lane, looking for a rune. He's found a haste rune. Probably gonna have a bit of a peek over and see what Weeha's up to.
Yep. Exactly.
As Weeha does not want to lose that big Dark Troll. X-Nova's watching him for it. It's like, all right, you want to attack him? All right, you ready? Yeah. Got him.
Oh, we got it. Uh-oh.
And now, X-Nova, he hung around a little too long. GH has a pickup. Has Fateful available if he has to consume up the Mango. Weehar doesn't have a slow to work with X-Nova. And he got the dual breath off, so Weehar doesn't have movement speed. X-Nova's going to come towards the tower, and Weehar, he's really chasing for this kill. This will be his first for the game. And Weehar even gives him a tip. Like, thank you for making me work for it. Oh, nice stomp. Spirit's down as well. Chalice, well, he's not going to be able to get the rune from this. And what's Kuro really got? Miracle. A lot of damage. They war cry up. X-Nova now arrives. It's 3 heroes with that dual breath. And Liquid feels like they have to back off to the right. So
he has the surge, so Hex will not counter him off here, and he will get away. And he got a rune up here, so Liquid got 3 for 1. And that kill for TA, that's pretty good overall for them.
He's just banking. He's got 1,300 gold on this Darkseer for the moment.
He's gonna buy Soul Ring and a Raindrop.
Okay. Meanwhile, there's also mass observers and sentries coming out in that courier. So how do you feel like the timing is going at the moment? Kuro. Let's not talk about timing. So Kuro needs to run for his life in the trees. This won't be the first time he's died running away from both Chikuro as well as Centaur. It may not be the last. So how are you actually liking the timings? Like, you had 3 kills on the board, golden experience. It's a little bit the way of LGD, but no one has a clear outcome. Who does this really work well for?
It's working out well for LGD, but this is how I feel like every Huskar game is. It's like, you have a good start, but if you have 1 or 2 bad fights, the hero just falls off really hard, in my opinion, in most games. So,
but he's the guy who need like the Aegis, right, to actually stand in the fight. So is Roshan something they look towards, or is there other ways to ensure the fight?
They will absolutely want to get Roche later on, but you also usually, historically, have played Huskar with some sort of save so that you can keep him alive and make sure that regen kicks in. Classic combos of both Oracle and Dazzle, but there's not a single save on LGD in this game, so if you go and commit as Huskar, you're not really getting out again outside of a Stampede.
Fire control is totally fine. Yeah, he left the double iron shells up there, so he was getting experience in farm. They weren't really ready for the second one to come from the trees.
LGD are pressuring Miracle really hard. He's actually so far away from Midas. Lifesteal is having a much better time than him. 400 gold ahead currently. And we also have to remember that Kuro has kind of sacrificed his game more than the support of LGD have as well. Chalice level 6. And they're just not letting Miracle breathe. Every time he goes for a creep, they cast all their spells on him. He's so low now that he's probably going to have to go to Shrine Up.
10-stick shot
already been used, so he can't even do that. He's playing down here with low health and a pack of tangos.
I love to fight with. Let's just say, like, okay, Sakura sacrifices himself, but you are getting a lot out of GH because you've put Weehar into the jungle. He's taking all of these stacks.
Yes.
He's only 500 net worth behind the Huskar, and keep in mind, these aren't lane creeps. These are jungle creeps. They're not even ancients. Now FY comes a little closer. He's underneath the TA trap. He'll trigger. GH has to get the telekinesis if they're going to get this kill. He actually goes for the attack. He doesn't go for the instant grab.
They're worried. They think there's more heroes here? Or... I'm not completely sure what he was scared of there. Maybe he must have thought there was some sort of backup coming, and they backed off.
I can tell you it wasn't Huskar, but maybe now he'll come with the double damage rune. So Sonos can have a bit of a peek over and see what Weehar's up to.
He's going to take it.
Yeah, they're looking for a bigger kill. Yeah, Kuro gonna drop a bomb. Miracle's coming over with a Stormhammer as Kuro will put Chalice to sleep. But that double damage Somnus, Miracle doesn't see him. If he runs up this lane, he's totally dead. He has to get back behind the tier 1 tower right now. I think Kuro might have got a glimpse of him. And yep, they definitely see him now. Kuro cannot have enough time to get the stomp off. A Miracle to the trees and the TP. They stampede. LGD chasing Miracle down. He needs almost Stormhammer too, and then begin the TP out to safety. Is there a stun? There is not! Miracle! The burnt spears will not be enough damage to kill him.
Now X-Nova is going to skill his path. Yep. You just know it. It's like, oh man, if only had Ice Path.
1 point. Still 1 point. Yeah. I don't actually think it was short the mana too.
I had stick charge. It would have been enough, but yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for GH.
instantly jumps. He's able to steal life break and then try and turn the damage back over, but that won't happen. Uncertain what he was looking to achieve in the bottom lane. Kuro as well as Miracle were a long way off.
And I think this is the first game on Jakiro that I've seen from Xnova that he doesn't skill Ice Path before level 5, but he just needed the attack speed slows in the lane against Kuro, so he maxed those two out first. And against Miracle, Dual Breath and Liquid Fire just amazing against this dual lane in particular.
And when do we see Weeha have an influence? Huskar rotates, and with how Percento, they take a tier 1 tower instantly. Like, Weeha's been spending all this time in the jungle. He's building into the Desolator. There has to be a purpose here. There has to be an enable.
Well, you're playing Sven and TA, and you lost your lanes, so you can't really do very much right now.
So when you look, you just recover until fight?
Yep. There are just very few plays available on the map. If you look at, yeah, you have to try to play catch up, right? But it's not easy now. You lost 4 bounty runes because heroes can't really fight. And it's a strategic problem for Liquid in this game, absolutely. I would love to see them make moves. Which move would you suggest? They have Darkseer to play around with Ion Chill. He can try to fight with Miracle, but Miracle lost his lane pretty hard.
And Miracle may die. The smart maneuver from LGD. Get your line break for it. Miracle gets a quick stun out. Xnova. Hey, nice pass up and running. GH will end up stealing that. Maybe Grace Space. No, the dual breath. It came out, so he accept the fact that he's dead. 10.5-minute Midas has also completed an Arme for his first usage. So the money for the call of the 1 positions really started to separate heavily. 3.2k to the 4.8k.
Liquid to keep pushing lanes. I think Miracle has to accept that he has to jungle, and you can either put the Darkseer, maybe put Darkseer bottom and Sven top, but because Lifesteal is so far ahead, I think he's also going to struggle up there. So he's kind of limited on where to go. They need to just push waves out, try to get 1 or 2 key items. I think what you want to get is you want to get the TA Deso, and you want to get maybe 1 item on Sven, but he's going Midas, so that's also going to take forever. It's just, there's not the best pairings for Darkseer early game. You know, Liquid have played it with the Ember, played it with the Alchemist. Sven is a slower version where you need levels in vacuum, and you're ideally...
Here we go. Pick him up, throw him down, pick up the damage output. Yes, they do. Dead for 30 seconds without buyback available. And this will be an opportunity. They push the lanes, maybe even take a tier 1. Chalice will arrive.
That was the best possible play on the map. That's where they used the Dark.
Oh, they're going in. Wait. Charles is coming back closer. He's trying to play around with them. There's still Iron Shell burn damage, but Charles is drawing the attention away. Meanwhile, Xnova thinking about his rotation, but so does Kuro. Kuro looks so glowy. Chalice, open wound, stolen by GH. Here's the Storm pulled out. Chalice, what do you want to do? Miracle staying with him. The Stormhammer's already been committed, and when the extra support arrived from LGD, 4 heroes come to the top lane. But Kuro's Spirit, it comes in, and the Stampede comes forward. And what if he got stolen? It's only the stolen. That's not exactly what GH wanted. But Xnova, it's the Ice Mark Miracle, doesn't have the movement speed anymore, and the Spirit's being pulled back in again. You do have ET Splitter, and Surge is coming off cooldown. So a lot of commitment from LGD, and all you got was the Rubik.
I love that detail from Chalice, though. I agree, it wasn't the best of the fight. They only got the Rubik kill, but he Stampedes and instantly double edges a creep next to him to make sure. He knew GH was waiting for that Stampede to try to steal it, but he was just faster on the fingers there with getting the double edge off. Secures them that kill. Liquid, however, will be putting pressure on the mid tower. Defense has to come in now. It's coming in through Xnova with the Macro Pyre. Should be able to hold this. He might need help from +1, and that's coming right now. Centaur will join. No Stampede, though.
Weeha really wants to finish this, but because he's overtaken his well back, Chalice catches up with Xnova. They put him down, and boy, that doesn't matter for a finger. Goodbye, Templar Assassin. LGD go from taking the tier 1 tower on top, now bearing down on the tier 1 tower in mid.
That was surprising that that LGD stayed for that. Vici Gaming? Nope, they're in the tournament anymore. LGD actually... Liquid just kept going there with the Centaur TPing in and Kiro in position, and they were only the Tia and the Sven. These 2 heroes right now, they are not a threat. The threat in this game is Darkseer. He's the one enabling the Sven plays. He's the one that gave them this top kill in the tower. If you're without your Darkseer and you're trying to go into Centaur, there's no way that's going to work.
If the Desolator was done, it might have been a very different scenario, but...
we have barely got to it. I think he would have died anyway. So a bit of a blunder, and this gives LGD an even bigger lead now to 4k gold. keeping the ramp up. Ame is not going Radiance. He's armlet completed in about 100 gold, so that's another power spike for them. But
I love this from
nice
GH.
power kill.
The Ice Path keep Chalice away from it, so we can't deny it.
This is, in my opinion, this is one of the absolute best spells to steal in the whole game. Like, not in this game, but in Dota in general. Ice Path on Rubik is insane. You have no pass time. You have the longer debuff amplification with the Arcane Supremacy once you start skilling that up. And GH, if Liquid are going to win this game, look for that spell in fights. You can get it.
They messed up the smoke a little bit, but Chalice is going to come out anyway. They saw him move inside the pit. He'll move a little bit further north. Templar Assassin wants to fight. He has the double damage through, but what are you going to do? Go into Roshan? They have to bait the fight. GH wasn't caught inside the smoke. That's why they feel a little less confident about this. Ice Path doesn't catch Chalice. It feels like Liquid are just like, they're throwing their fishing rod out. Getting to hold onto the handle, however. Nothing's biting. No jump forward from Weeha, even with the surge up.
3-for-1 rune. LGD.
It's the Huskar who's not involved. Something you don't normally think you'd say 15 minutes into a game. Normally it's Huskar who's the one jumping forward. Somnus has 2 kills to his name, but he's building in the BKB first before it looks like he wants to fight.
That will be a crazy timing for LGD, because if he has BKB before the TA and the Sven does, he can just jump in with 0 risk. He can always just use the disarm and he's in trouble.
Stampede, they're coming forward. GH picks him up. He's probably able to steal Stampede, but as he said, he doesn't want it. He wants Ice Path instead. As Chalice walks away underneath the ET Spirit.
Yep. Indeed, I mean, even though there's only 1 minute left on Ice Path, you see the prioritization there from GH. He thinks it's
God. There needs to be help from Miracle. Once again, Liquid, they just have one player who's a little bit over into LGD's territory.
They were not ready at all for that place coming from LGD. Another
They go connects over on, and then you get 2 back from GH. So you can lower a little bit the damage of Chalice, but Somnus is trying to fight. Denial of the tower there from GH.
Nicely done. LGD, it's a little bit of a thorn in their side, this Rubik in this game, getting that deny as well, but I think they're still feeling pretty good about their chances. All of their cores are having a great game. Lion also having an outstanding game. Even the Jakiro, X-Nova, who we generally see be really poor, when he's playing this Jakiro, you just get that extra farm that you don't see on other 5s. He's up 31 CS, very high for him 16 minutes in. Has that extra 1k gold over Kuro. And that can either be converted into a core item like a 4-staff that he's building right now, or it can just give him superiority in terms of the sentry game.
So much confidence from LGD when you switch into Halberd for Somnus. No BKB protection required. They feel confident.
But there's a big timing coming up for Liquid, at least. The Templar Assassin is getting Dagger after these 2 camps of the jungle. Sven's close to X-Saber, Darkseer's close to Mech. When all of these items align, Liquid will try to take a fight, I think, because you can't just keep playing the map like this. You will get caught off once in a while, and it's too expensive. You need to fight for the Roshan and not let LGD take that on the Huskar. They might be playing kind of a game of chicken, like around this Roshan pit. Who wants to try to go for it first and then you counterplay?
It's gonna wait inside the pit. Chalice coming in there to try and get rid of the TA traps. They have a sentry ward nicely in the middle, but it's funny because that Radiant sentry ward is in range of the Dire Ops, but they can't cross the river. Yeah. That's where 2 of those deaths from Team Liquid happened.
I'm not even sure they know there's a ward there. Have they had vision there for a while? It's nighttime.
They haven't walked close enough to it since they put the sentry down.
Their ops doesn't see it though. Liquid don't know, right?
I don't believe so, no. If they did, GH would have gone for that money a long time ago.
Well, it can be dangerous to go and deward this.
Yeah.
He's just
like, I'll steal the regeneration rune. He's keeping assistance. Aether Lens burst from the Rubik. It's the same for the Lion. They both want to be these great players from the back lines. But it always feels like FY's picking up. He comes again with the Hex and the stun. That refraction won't protect him. X-Nova, the perfect chains up with the Ice Path and V-Hard refraction. Melon still sits and burns.
That Aether Lens on Lion. Weeha was trying to play around the possibility of getting jumped from the side. He probably had his finger on the dagger in case of an Ice Path or in case of Lion walking into Hexen, but that Lens extra range, FY gets him from the trees.
LGD's going in.
And that's go time, yep. No TA for 25.
GH is trying to reach the Jakiro, but it feels like Next Nova is playing just close enough but far enough away.
This has a full halberd. Sven can't even fight into him unless they get a perfect combo.
Comes the ET Spirit, GH, what's he got? Stampede forward, he only got Mana Drain down the line. Not what he was searching for, the Ice Plant. Not in the perfect position, but with a finger of death, moving to buy back into the game. Roshan down at 3.2k, TA's up in 2 seconds time with that Blink Dagger. It's quite possible to contest Roshan. But do they have enough with the surging forward and the Darkseer? No, it's just Arme. He's creating space, allowing him to go in for Roshan, but Huskar hasn't finished the job. Roshan's coming out of the pit. He can't be attacked there. They jump in the dumpster with clean damage. They've already gone through two. Santor and Jakiro will block Miracle. Wants to finish Roshan with that God break. Something trying to push him back. Aegon's immortal. It's in the hands of Miracle, just like game one. But this time around, LGD is going to be able to get out of the pit. They create some copy. Charles comes in. With the Stormfall, they're able to just keep Charles in position. Huskar's already down. TA refusing to fight back. Kuro trying to run back out. This one Miracle. Back to life makes the Aegis immortal. And that's going to be like, what's that, the best case scenario for Team Liquid?
Yeah, I would still call that a victory off as a Hex, but he got the rune already, FY. He's going to back off.
Is it just because you don't have the Aegis on the Huskar?
Yeah, you're pretty happy with that. Like, the whole sequence leading up to this, with the kills, with TA dying, with then GH dying and having to buy back.
There's two buybacks as well from the Centaur and the Jakiro.
Yep, you got a core buyback out of LGD and you got the Aegis. You also got the Roche kill, right? It wasn't a steal.
It was Roshan killed, yep, yeah. Radium.
So, all things considered, Liquid, that's not that bad.
Oh, Darkseer, again, the Aetherlands of FY comes into work. 8-1 chances are available. Darkseer able to get the mind control, getting some distance. And now they try and turn around in for the Storm. Arme, he committed the rage. The Miracle will come in with the Iron Shot. They'll get these great chain stuns. FY is going to split the fight once again. Arme, the Darla toggling his way to save Biha. Needs to chase him out. Then burst damage. Arme still continues to Liquid, they really want Arme, but then they have to settle for FY. He's still worth quite a lot, however. But it's not what you came for.
It's a kill nonetheless, and you have to remember that whole sequence started because they tried to go on mind control. So when you consider mind control survived and they got a counter kill, it's pretty decent. But at the same time, LGD, of course, they weren't there with their whole squad. It was just 2 heroes pulling 3 or 4 heroes. I don't remember even how many Liquid had there, but it took them really long and they started rotating around. Huskar and Centaur in the meantime, completely free farming and keeping up building up these items. And we should remember, Somnus, by buying this halberd that he did in the last fight, didn't have BKB. It's going to be his next item. And when he hits this timing and gets an Aegis, things get really scary. So the next big objective of the game again is going to be Roche, but it doesn't spawn until in 6 minutes, so there'll be a lot of items on the field.
I'd say we have some time, but LGD smoke up. They're coming for a hunt. No Blink Dagger just yet over on Chandler, so there's still no jump ability from LGD. Something we haven't actually seen at all. Defensive bit first, sure. Aggressive?
Might find mind control.
Yeah. Mind control is going to surge himself straight in the middle of them and walk away with the stun. The range is too good for FY. Hits the finger of death. The damage on the mind control. He doesn't have time to stop being a fish. Get that mech as well as one charge off. And now the Blink Dagger is here from the Sentinel. Arme, do you want to hitch your ride? Charles is a good driver.
I don't think there's any reason to do anything right now except get this bottom tower. Want to start? I don't think you go high ground here for LGD. That would be pretty dangerous. I think you absolutely wait for an Aegis before you think about going that route. So they're going to spread around the map again, maybe get an aggressive ward out in the enemy triangle if they can get over there. Somewhere in that area would be nice, but maybe they'll catch Miracle.
TP comes towards the top lane under the dire Obs and Sentry. They feel very comfortable, but you do have FY, maybe in no man's land. As it is daytime, they see it quite clearly, put him to sleep, and then jump. Charles coming in, he's got a surprise. Package delivery to Team Liquid. Will you receive? They Miracle. The damage is so huge for them. He turns around, cleave damage, trying to bring down the Centaur with the Darkseer wall. Guys from Next Nova, everyone just stops and looks at each other. Froze, bone, but now Huskar jumps forward, over towards Kuro, looking for his own 5, but GH, he's killed off Chalice. Want the other one, they want Life Stealer. The Storm, Arme, on almost no life, now turns to supports, both down for LGD. Arme and Somnus running away from themselves. And Team Liquid finding that bit combination It feels like it's starting to work from Team Liquid. That back into a big Stormhammer, into heavy damage, even when Miracle doesn't have that heavy damage. He just Echo Saber and Midas.
Yeah, but the big items are coming out from Liquid too. They're close to BKBs on both TA and Sven.
Blink GH.
They're truly game-changing items because that's something Huskar is just not very good against. Once BKBs are popped, his efficiency drops.
The sustain's getting through the roof too. Darkseer, mind control, and he just keeps, he plays this the old Aura kind of style. Vlad's is done, the mech's available, GH on the Rubik. We already saw how amazing FY was in game 1. With this Blink Dagger, he's now being even more enabled. And we see this whole fight, the disarm just wrecking apart.
The Surge is also extremely important to keep in mind against the Lifestealer in these fights. Whoever Lifestealer goes on gets surged away until he has either a nullifier or the hero is stunned by Lion or the Centaur. So in that fight, Miracle ended up kiting Lifestealer for a good 5 to 10 seconds behind the tree line. Just couldn't get on top of him properly. That's what Lifestealer wants. This hero hates playing against Surge. He hates playing against 4 staffs.
And that's exactly what's in the group.
That should help.
Yeah.
Need a little bit more time for TA to finish that BKB. Actually, with the range creep up on top, she is, well, with this creep wave,
have it now.
Will now have money. So BKB for Sven, BKB for TA, and now also BKB for Huskar. So, hey, everyone gets a BKB. Look under your chair.
And Lifestealer has one, by default.
And he's going to get a second one as well. Through Rage as well as item.
Yep. Not fully convinced that that's the right choice in this game for Amit to do. I get what the idea is, that these fights are going to be long and you want to be able to do something outside Rage and Sustain. But the trade-off is that you lose a lot of damage that you could have had by going an AC route or a Nullifier for the Infest jump out of Centaur to kill up, like, blow up pretty much anybody that you could find. That is, you're trading off here. But he is committed already with the Mithril Hammer, and he's not going to go into anything else.
TA was in range of the Observer and Sentry Ward when the smoke happened. It was very, very late on the smoke. LGD aware, they even hit the scan. And that smoke maneuver from Team Liquid. TA trying to scout out the Centaur in the trees. He'll come down and kill it. It's like, well, if you want me, come at me, bro. The TA trap will trigger again, a quick blink away. But he's still sitting behind the tower, and the rest of LGD smoked up, moving into the Stormhammer. It's already with a crisp crossing of the ice pass. On the forward, Miracle, he needs protection. The damage against on the pickup. They catch Shakira. The ice pass will be removed by Weeha. Mel striking down next Nova. Amit's gonna walk up the hill soon, put the BKB to use for the initiation.
From the Lion is gonna kill her. She would actually survive if not for that one attack.
He doesn't even have the plus 90 damage.
Was surged up, was BKB, was running away, had dagger soon, was BKB twice apparently.
You can.
Man, what a spell combo from LGD there. The original jump when they force out the Sven BKB and reset, Liquid feel good about themselves and feel like they can play around through the Huskar BKB and on cooldown. But they reconnect, and that jump was just excellent from Chalice. The jump on his own shrine, getting the information from the Observer Ward earlier.
So now LGD try and take control of the north. Anything that helps understand where Team Liquid's coming at them, even an infested Centaur early. Just control if they're able to kill. Right now, Roshan will be 15 seconds.
Spawning super fast. This is almost minimum spawn time. I believe the clock just ticked over, so this is a very fast Roshan spawn. Liquid will know they have a trap in the pit, so they will know it first.
Miracle can't even join this. His TP's on cooldown for another 17 seconds. He's pushing the bottom lane. And LGD, they're hovering around this tier 2 tower on the top. GH is pressuring the mid. So Liquid just trying to relieve the pressure.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Yeah, they're not defending its top tower, but they might find a double damage for the Sven. That could be really big if there ends up being a fight. He's not looking there though.
Oh, it's a dire Observer Ward. Actually, no, it's still a little... No, it sees. And it sees Weeha as well, planting more and more traps around.
It now. He's going to walk into this DD. Liquid might want to fight with it. See if they take it on either of these two.
Who wants it?
Nobody yet. Is there a bottle coming?
There's a Rubik coming. That's all. You ain't giving it to him. So Roshan's up, but with Liquid having the trap, the second LGD begin it. Liquid will know. And they're gonna smoke up the double damage room, but of course, again, the Observer Ward is just... How many times must Liquid smoke underneath this? And look what LGD do. It's like, oh, we'll sit underneath our Observer in Sentry. You take our side of the map and we'll take yours. Dire on the Courier. Well, the snipe as it moves over the top of the Templar Assassin, revealing the fact there is the DD, but the Observer and Sentry. Someone needs to drop something right now. They dropped two, well, yeah, Observer Sentry down, but actually got scouted out by the other ops. Centaur, hooked up, he blindly went into the trees. They thought he was in there. He was for a moment. Now to pick up and throw down. It looks like Liquid runs out if they really want to have this fight. Weeha hits backlines, looking for X-Nova as well as FY. He's able to actually keep them controlled and actually get the kill on FY. Thanks to the stop, Jakiro's actually asleep in the tree. Miracle's trying to come through. The TA trap will get through. X-Nova, Miracle actually dodging and leaves the outside with the finger. He's back in the top. Arme's protected by the rage, so he's fine. Quick buyback from FY. They still don't know that Roshan's up. TA set up a couple of extra traps in there.
And that was a good play from Weeha, that fight. He jumps in and forces the supports away and gets a kill on one of them, forcing out the buyback from FY. This is what TA needs to do in this game. Jump in and kill the Lion, if possible.
Got rid of the
FY, though, he's
Somnus
gets out, just barely.
Defensive fractions available. Chalice. Look at Arme. He's like, yeah, this ain't happening. Back to farm, boys. Remember Roshan. Remember the bounty rune that you walked past. Go back and get it. There's still another 2 on the bottom lane. Everyone's eyes are on Roshan.
Well, for now, Huskar will grab the bottom 2 runes. Closing in on an AC.
Love of this from GH. Managed to steal a level 2 Finger of Death. So there's a little bit of extra burst damage Liquid has to work with.
That's a lot of damage. That's not a little bit.
Spell amplification of 26%. You'll take it. Probably should also take that Sentry Ward while you've got the Spirit up there, but he's feeling a little cautious. Everyone's backing up. I'm not seeing a smoke right now on Liquid. The Radiant are scanning, and it does ping. It's Arme just farming up the Ancients. The TA traps are gone from Roshan, so the Sentry Ward planted down by X-Nova. In fact, 3 of them in a triangle watching anything around the river area.
They have pretty good control here right now. With the Solar Crested Centaur, they all kill Roche relatively quickly with the Huskar. So Liquid should be feeling a bit of urgency of staying up here and getting up here in the first place, and they will connect, but obviously Huskar, in the meantime, pushing out and farming bottom, taking advantage of Liquid having to regain this area.
As long as Kura can stay in range, you can at least keep checking Roshan, like sending the Spirit out. You can put down extra TA traps. Even if you do want, you see the TA trap in there, you have to enter the pit to get rid of it. And this is just great information. Picking them up on the hillside for the moment, as it becomes a 5v4 standoff in the front of Roshan. Huskar, as you mentioned, the only one not there. He's trying to finish the Assault Cuirass as quick as possible. While a heart is the choice from Arme, attempting to become the Immortal. Chalice this time around not caring about magical damage. He'll jump in. You'll see the TA trap. This is what we're talking about. Uncertain if he really wants it. GH gets the pick up and the back as far over to the Radiant side of the river as possible. The only thing you were missing was the ability to run him around and force-stomp him over.
If they had a stun to connect with there, maybe they could have tried to go for a burst with the Finger, but didn't get the opportunity. Sven was too far away for a Stormhammer.
And you need 25 on TA to get that melt dash.
Yep. He's getting there.
He is.
Level 21.
So is Sven. What happens when he hits that plus 40 gold strength?
Then he gets 40 strength.
That's fact. Can't debate.
Man, this is so tense, right? Like, you can imagine what it's like playing for both of these teams right now with the limited vision that you have with the importance of Roshan.
Oh, that's close, Arme.
He's got a heart, though.
If you blink up, DH starting with the Meld Strike.
Oh, that's
Put
not
the Hunt to the
Liquid.
Tents, the Ice Path and the BKB, the 8-second one burnt from Weeha.
Wanted to try to force something there onto the Lifestealer, but he got the heart and got instant force death, and now there's no TA-KB in this fight. That's really, really bad news for Liquid.
And LGD's loving it. Baited into it, Miracle. As the Iron Shell's ready to go, you will need that jump from Mind Control. They back! But he's looking for them through Roshan. Hiding inside the pit is Arme. The Spirit continues to cause problems for LGD. And a huge buyback on the Centaur, but a double damage for Lifestealer. The 34-minute route.
Again, like Ultra will.
Mega kill. Money changes hands.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower just keeled over. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dire structures are fortified.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower just keeled over. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Dominating.
This is a knuckle realm.
Be discouraged. Mega kill.
You gave all you could give.
To the knuckle realm. Pity.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure. Dire's middle tower just got knocked
They're trying to
down.
bring down Radiant's top tower.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower couldn't withstand the tide.
The Hidden Ones have blessed me.
Fire and ice!
Radiant are scanning for
Dire
enemies.
are scanning for enemies.
Gold for my forward. Gold for my master. Invisibility. Illusion.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Dire's top tower is about to take the Dire structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under tower is gone.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle barracks are taking water. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Stop me if you've heard this one.
What surge is this? Gold for my folk.
A mysterious force.
Money changes hands.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like,
I will put you to good use. Fire and ice!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. One night, twice the damage.
Regeneration! Accepted. Gold for my food.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Invisibility. Secrets can
spirits, getting what they deserve. Immortality! Double damage!
Regeneration!
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
Dire's middle tower is drowning. Dire's structures are fortified. Killing spree. Dire's middle tower has fallen.